Have you noticed your legs feeling heavier or more unsteady lately? Maybe climbing the stairs in your home or walking to the mailbox feels like a monumental task. You might think it's just an inevitable part of aging, but the truth is, the real culprit is often hiding right on your dinner plate. I'm Dr. Bennett. Today, I'm revealing 5 common foods silently robbing you of your mobility and how to take your freedom back. If you're ready to stand tall, comment yes below. Item number 1. Processed sugar, the silent muscle killer. There is an undeniable comfort in a sweet treat. You might enjoy the simple ritual of stirring a spoonful of white sugar into your morning coffee, or the joy of sharing a slice of birthday cake with your grandchildren. Perhaps it is a quiet moment at the end of a long day when you unwrap a piece of candy. These moments feel harmless and well-deserved. However, as your doctor and friend, I must tell you that these sugary indulgences are quietly sapping the strength from your legs and making every step you take feel like a heavy burden. When you consume processed sugar, your bloodstream is flooded with glucose. This gives you a quick burst of energy, but it is a dangerous mirage. Almost as quickly as it rises, your blood sugar crashes. This leaves your leg muscles drained and shaky. For seniors, this roller coaster of energy turns simple tasks like climbing the stairs or carrying groceries into exhausting ordeals. The biological reality of aging makes this even more serious. As we get older, our cells naturally become less responsive to insulin. This is the hormone that acts like a key, opening the doors to your muscle cells so they can receive fuel. When you eat a diet high in processed sugar, those doors stay locked. Your muscles are literally starving for nutrients, even though there is plenty of sugar in your blood. This leads to a condition called sarcopenia, which is the medical term for the loss of muscle mass and strength. You might feel this as a strange heaviness in your calves or a lack of stability when you stand for too long. Sugar also fans the flames of chronic inflammation. Think of inflammation as a slow fire burning inside your joints. It causes your knees and hips to swell and your muscle fibers to become brittle. This is why you might wake up with aching legs that feel like lead weights. It is not just old age, it is the sugar acting as an internal irritant. Scientific research from the Journal of Clinical Investigation proves that high sugar intake is a direct driver of muscle wasting. It breaks down the very foundation that keeps you upright and independent. You must take action now to protect your freedom. Please stop adding that 2nd or 3rd teaspoon of sugar to your tea. Look at the labels on your bread, salad dressings, and low-fat yogurts. These are often hidden sugar traps that drain your vitality. Instead of refined sugar, look to the natural solutions that nature provides. Fresh berries, a small drizzle of raw honey, or a few mashed dates can satisfy your sweet tooth while providing the fiber and antioxidants your muscles need to heal. Real food is a powerful medicine that can replace the dangerous habit of eating empty calories. This reminds me of my patient, Mr. Miller, a 70-year-old gentleman from a small town in Ohio. He was a proud man who loved his daily sweet tea and store-bought cookies. He came to my office complaining that his legs felt too weak to walk his dog, Max, around the block. We did not give him a new prescription. We simply replaced his processed sugar with whole fruits and natural sweeteners. Within just 1 month, the swelling in his ankles vanished. He told me his legs felt lighter than they had in a decade. Today, Mr. Miller and Max are back to their daily walks in the park because he chose his health over a sugary snack. To start your own transformation, try this simple habit. Drink a large glass of warm water with a slice of fresh lemon before your morning coffee. This simple act hydrates your muscles and stabilizes your blood sugar for the day ahead. If you are ready to take back your strength and protect your muscles, please comment the word strength below. Item number 2. Deep fried and fast foods, rusting your joints. There is a certain comfort in the sound of a deep fryer and the golden crunch of a perfectly fried piece of chicken. In our busy American culture, fast food has become a symbol of convenience and nostalgia. You might remember family trips to the local diner or grabbing a quick burger on a Friday night. However, behind that glistening coating lies a harsh reality. These foods are waging a silent war on your legs by stiffening your joints and eroding your ability to move freely. As your doctor, I want you to understand the science of what happens when you consume these items. Deep-fried foods are often cooked in industrial seed oils that contain trans fats. These are artificial fats that your body was never designed to handle. When you eat them, they ignite a process of chronic inflammation. Think of this inflammation as a slow, smoldering fire that spreads through your bloodstream and eventually settles in your knees and hong. The biological reason this is so dangerous for seniors is that our metabolism slows down as we age. Our bodies become less efficient at processing these heavy, processed oils. Instead of being used for energy, they trigger the release of inflammatory chemicals that attack your cartilage. Cartilage is the soft, slippery cushion between your bones. When inflammation is present, that cushion begins to wear away, leading to a painful condition known as osteoarthritis. This makes every step you take feel like a negotiation with discomfort. You might recognize the symptoms in your daily life. Do your knees feel stiff and creaky when you first get out of bed? Do you find it increasingly difficult to stand up from your favorite armchair without using your arms for support? This is often the result of those extra pounds and the inflammation caused by fried foods. Here is a fact that might surprise you. For every single pound of extra weight you carry, your knees bear 4 pounds of added pressure. If you gain just 5 pounds from eating out too often, you are actually adding 20 pounds of stress to your joints every time you walk. This massive load accelerates the breakdown of your joints and makes you more prone to dangerous falls. Scientific research from the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition has shown a clear link between the consumption of hydrogenated vegetable oils and the progression of joint damage. These oils act like sandpaper on your internal hinges, grinding them down until they can no longer support you. It is time to take a stand for your health. I want you to stop reaching for the deep fryer. Please, check the labels on your snacks for any mention of partially hydrogenated oils and get rid of them. You must choose a better path for your future self. Instead of frying, I want you to start baking, roasting, or grilling your meals. Nature has provided us with a wonderful medicine called extra virgin olive oil. This healthy fat contains a compound called oleocanthal, which actually works like a natural anti-inflammatory. Using high-quality olive oil or avocado oil can help lubricate your joints and protect your heart at the same time. These are not just ingredients, they are tools for your independence. I remember a sweet lady named Mrs. Gable who lived in Georgia. She was a marvelous cook, famous for her southern fried chicken, but at 72, she came to me in tears because she could no longer kneel in her garden to tend her roses. Her knees were simply too swollen and painful. We made one major change. We retired her deep fryer and taught her how to oven roast her chicken with herbs and olive oil. Within 2 months, Mrs. Gable was back in her garden. She told me she felt as if she had been given a new pair of legs. If you were shocked to learn that 1 pound of weight puts 4 pounds of pressure on your knees, please comment the word "wow" below. Your awareness is the first step toward a stronger and more mobile life. Item number 3, processed meats, the nutrition thief. For many of us, the smell of bacon sizzling in a pan or the taste of a breakfast sausage is a deeply comforting part of our morning routine. These foods are staples on the American breakfast table, often served alongside eggs or pancakes. You might think you are getting your necessary protein for the day, but as your doctor and your friend, I have to tell you the truth. Processed meats, such as bacon, deli slices, hot dogs, and sausages are actually acting as thieves. They are quietly robbing your muscles of the strength they need to keep you standing tall and moving with confidence. The problem lies in the chemicals used to preserve these meats so they can sit on grocery store shelves for weeks. They are packed with nitrates and an astronomical amount of sodium. When you consume these, the high salt content causes your body to hold on to excess fluid. This often leads to swelling in your ankles and a heavy, sluggish feeling in your calves. But the greater, more hidden danger is the nitrates. These compounds trigger oxidative stress and intense inflammation in your muscle fibers. For seniors, this is especially harmful. As we age, our bodies are already prone to losing muscle mass, a condition we medical professionals call sarcopenia. Eating processed meats is like pouring gasoline on a fire. It accelerates the breakdown of your muscle tissue. You might notice that your legs look thinner than they used to, but even though they are smaller, they feel much weaker and less reliable. This is because the quality of the muscle you have left is being destroyed from the inside. Science has shown us that our bodies become less efficient at handling chemical additives as the years go by. Our systems simply cannot filter out these toxins like they once could. We need clean, high-quality protein to repair our muscles, but processed meat provides dirty fuel that creates more waste for your kidneys to handle. A major study published in a leading clinical nutrition journal found that people who eat processed meats regularly have significantly lower grip strength and slower walking speeds. This is a direct sign that their leg muscles are failing them. If you find yourself feeling wobbly when you stand up, or if you feel like you're losing your balance more often, it is time to look at what is in your refrigerator. I want you to take a firm stand for your health today. Stop buying the prepackaged deli meats. Stop reaching for the frozen breakfast sausages. Please, throw away the hot dogs. Your independence and your ability to walk without fear are worth so much more than a salty breakfast meat. You must focus on building your strength with real, whole foods. Fresh, unprocessed meats like chicken breast, wild-caught fish, or even a lean piece of pork tenderloin are excellent sources of clean protein. They provide the essential amino acids and vitamin B12 that your body needs to maintain muscle mass without the toxic nitrates. If you want a simple and cheap alternative for your breakfast, look no further than a plain boiled egg. It is a perfect source of protein that nourishes your muscles rather than destroying them. Think of my patient, Mrs. Dorothy, a 74-year-old woman living in a retirement community. She loved her morning sausage biscuits, but she started noticing that she felt very unsteady on her feet. She was afraid to walk to the community pool because she felt her legs might buckle at any moment. We made a simple change. We replaced her processed meats with fresh chicken and poached eggs. In just 6 weeks, she told me she felt a new sense of sturdiness in her legs. She was back to her morning walks and even started a water aerobics class with her friends. Make the choice today to stop being a victim of the nutrition thief. Choose fresh, clean protein, and your legs will provide the steady foundation you need for a long and active life. Item number 4. High-sodium foods. The invisible burden. Salt is perhaps the most common seasoning in our American kitchens. It is cheap, it is everywhere, and it makes almost everything taste better. You likely have a salt shaker on your dining table right now. You might enjoy a warm bowl of canned tomato soup on a cold afternoon, or a quick frozen pizza when you do not feel like cooking a big meal. While salt adds flavor, for those of us over the age of 60, it often becomes an invisible burden that weighs down our legs and weakens our very foundation. As your doctor, I want to explain the hidden science of what salt does to your body. Sodium is a master of holding onto water. When you eat too much of it, your body tries to dilute the salt by clinging to every drop of fluid it can find. Because of gravity, this extra fluid pools in your lower legs, ankles, and feet. We call this edema. But the danger goes much deeper than just swelling. Sodium is also a silent thief of calcium. Your kidneys are responsible for flushing out excess salt, but as they do this, they also flush out precious calcium from your bloodstream. The core reason this is a crisis for seniors is that our bones are already naturally thinning as we age. We cannot afford to lose any more calcium. When your blood levels of calcium drop because of a high-salt diet, your body begins to steal that mineral directly from your bones to compensate. This makes your skeleton porous and brittle. Why does this matter for your legs? Because weak bones cannot support strong muscles. If your bones are thinning, your leg muscles have to work twice as hard to keep you upright, which leads to chronic fatigue and that heavy, leaden feeling when you try to walk. You likely recognize the symptoms in your own life. Have you ever noticed that your shoes feel tight and painful by the end of the day? Or perhaps you see deep indentations on your skin after you take off your socks. These are not just signs of a long day. They are signs that your heart and kidneys are struggling to manage a heavy salt load. This fluid retention makes your legs feel like weights, turning a simple stroll in the park into a tiring chore. Scientific evidence from major health organizations in the United States shows a direct and dangerous link between high sodium intake and the progression of osteoporosis. Research has proven that seniors who consume high amounts of salt are at a much higher risk of hip and leg fractures. These are injuries that can take away your independence in a single moment. It is time to take a stand for your safety. I want you to stop reaching for the salt shaker. Please, start reading the labels on your food. You will be shocked to find hundreds of milligrams of sodium in things that do not even taste salty, like store-bought bread or breakfast cereals. You must throw away those high-sodium canned soups and frozen dinners. They are not worth the risk to your mobility. You can find a wonderful world of flavor without the salt. Nature provides us with beautiful alternatives like fresh lemon juice, cracked black pepper, rosemary, and thyme. These herbs do not just add taste, they provide antioxidants that help your body heal. Use garlic and onions to create rich flavors in your cooking. Fresh vegetables and home-cooked meals are your best defense against the invisible burden of sodium. I remember a patient of mine named Mrs. Thompson from Chicago. She was 76 years old and very active in her church. She came to see me because she was terrified that her heart was failing. Her ankles were so swollen she could no longer wear her favorite Sunday shoes. After we looked at her diet, we realized she was eating canned soup every single day for lunch because it was easy. We worked together to replace the soup with fresh salads and homemade broths flavored with herbs. In just 2 weeks, the swelling vanished. She told me she felt like she had a new pair of legs. She was back to volunteering and walking with her friends without any pain or heaviness. If you are ready to protect your bones and lighten the load on your legs, please comment the word healthy below. Taking this small step today will help you stay strong and independent for many years to come. Item number 5, white bread and refined carbohydrates. The energy nightmare. For many of us, a fluffy white sandwich or a warm bowl of pasta is the ultimate comfort food. You might have grown up eating white toast with butter every single morning. It is familiar, it is soft, and it feels like home. However, for those of us over the age of 60, these refined carbohydrates are not just simple calories. They are energy thieves. They are quietly undermining your physical strength and making every step you take feel like a monumental struggle. As your doctor and your friend, I want to explain the expert science behind why this happens. When bread is processed to become white and soft, the most important parts of the grain, the bran, and the germ are stripped away. This leaves behind only the starch. Your body treats this starch exactly like pure sugar. The moment you eat it, your blood sugar levels skyrocket. This is what we call a high glycemic index food. This sudden flood of glucose triggers a wave of cellular inflammation throughout your body. The core reason this is a disaster for seniors is related to our aging biology. As the years go by, our metabolism naturally slows down, and our bodies become much less efficient at handling these sugar spikes. We desperately need fiber to slow down the digestion process, but refined carbs have zero fiber. Without fiber to act as a brake, your blood sugar crashes shortly after you eat. This crash is the primary reason you might feel your legs trembling or experience a sudden wave of weakness in the middle of the afternoon. Your aging muscles are being forced to ride a biological roller coaster that they simply cannot handle anymore. You probably recognize these symptoms in your daily life. Do you ever find yourself needing a nap just an hour after having a sandwich for lunch? Do your legs feel heavy or less responsive when you try to go for a walk in the evening? This is not just the inevitable result of getting older. It is the direct result of cellular inflammation and energy instability. Your muscles are being hit with inflammation first, and then they are left without any steady fuel. This constant cycle leads to muscle wasting and a profound loss of your daily vitality. The scientific proof is very clear on this matter. Research from the American Journal of Public Health has shown that a diet high in refined grains is directly linked to increased inflammation markers in older adults. This chronic inflammation weakens the connection between your nerves and your muscles. Over time, this makes you much less steady on your feet and significantly increases the risk of a life-altering fall. It is a danger that hides in plain sight on your dinner table. It is time to take a stand and protect your independence. I want you to stop buying the white bread that sits on the grocery store shelf for weeks without spoiling. Please, throw away the sugary pastries and the white pasta that provide nothing but empty energy. You must choose a better source of fuel for the journey ahead of you. Your best medicine is found in the role of whole food. Real, unprocessed grains are packed with magnesium, fiber, and B vitamins that your muscles crave to stay strong. While many people try to fix their lack of energy with expensive supplements, nothing compares to the steady and slow release of power that comes from whole grains. They are a natural source of strength that keeps your blood sugar stable and your muscles nourished. I want to share a story about a lovely woman named Mary who lived in London. Mary was 75 years old and had eaten white toast with butter every morning for her entire life. She came to see me because she felt like she was walking through thick mud every time she tried to visit the local park. She was lucky if she could walk even half a mile before her legs felt too heavy to continue. She was terrified that she was losing her ability to live on her own. We made a very simple change. We replaced her white bread with a hearty, sprouted grain loaf and added steel-cut oats to her breakfast. The change in Mary was incredible. Within just 1 month, she was walking over 2 miles every single day without any discomfort. She told me she felt a sense of lightness and spring in her step that she had not felt since her 50s. Mary did not need a miracle drug. She just needed to stop eating the energy nightmare and start fueling her body with the right carbohydrates. Your practical solution is very simple. When you go to the store, always choose bread where the first ingredient listed is 100% whole wheat or whole rye. Switch your white pasta for quinoa, brown rice, or buckwheat. Start your day with a bowl of oatmeal instead of sugary cereal. These small and intentional choices will stop the energy drain and give you the physical strength to keep moving with joy and confidence for many years to come. Your legs have carried you through every chapter of your life, and they deserve to stay strong. Remember, losing your mobility is not an inevitable part of getting older. It is actually about the fuel you choose. I want to hear from you today. What is one small change you will make this week? Share your commitment in the comments below. If this helped you, please like, share, and subscribe to join our community. I am Dr. Bennett. Always stay strong and stay very independent.